Well, we hope you had a wonderful holidays, but welcome back to Onslaught Gaming 40K. This episode, we're going to talk about why people abandon their factions and how and why too many people end up playing a game system. This episode, we're going to talk about why or end up playing a faction that gets overrepresented. Stay tuned and locked in. Apologize for that, everyone. Did you hear that weird audio coming in for the background? It was like a dupe of me.
It was a Zinchian trick.
God dang it! I knew it. They've infiltrated Onslaught. I knew it. Get that spam bot. Take out those spamware. That spamware. Get it all.
Heard it here first, folks. You go outside, you see a blue bird, just on site.
I promise I wasn't downloading anything illegal.
I also promise he wasn't downloading anything illegal. What up, everyone? Good to have you. We're having a good time as always.
As always, my brother. How you doing today?
I'm doing good, man. I am living for this episode. Every time we get to talking about, faction specialists versus abandonment and just not so much playing the game, but what goes into being a part of the game, I'm just so hyped.
Super excited just to be back. So holidays are done for everyone, right? Or at least 1/3 of it. So how was your Thanksgiving, brother? You get to eat a lot. I know, first of all, kudos to me. I lost 30 pounds in 2 months. Just saying. Everyone's got to give me a subscribe, thumbs up, a like for that one, please. Second off, I did cheat on Thanksgiving. I ate about half a pie, pecan and pecan.
That was breakfast, folks. He just got out of bed and did that.
No. I still stuck to my regimen, but during feeding window, I ate me some cookies, I ate me some pie. It was great, man. Hopefully everyone else's was great as well.
No, we had a great Thanksgiving here. It was an awesome day. We had people come over and so much food. Oh my god. Deviled eggs, man. They are named appropriately because good lord. My wonderful fiance was horrified. She'd randomly for that evening and the next couple days she was here just come out and see me at the kitchen table with just this tray of eggs that were in the fridge, just eating one at a time, putting the lid back on it.
Love you. I didn't mean to cut you off, but I'm going to cut you off, Regal, for this. This is hilarious. This is why I love Plasma Fire guys, man. Oh my god. These guys are great. Thank you, as always. How did you guys do, man? How was your holidays, Plasma Fires? Jay, the Justins, the Charles, the Allens, and everyone. So, shout out, man. Speak up.
Yeah, no, I hope everyone had a wonderful time. Hope everyone, enjoyed time with their family, their friends, had some good food, relaxed, was safe. Because, man, people are crazy in the holidays. Every holiday, it's just, some people said, hey, let's go outside and be dumb for an hour on the road. I don't. So I hope everyone was safe if you did any driving. But we're back now, and, it's time for the...
Back to 40K.
Exactly.
Back to 40K.
Back to what matters.
Exactly. Nothing else matters anymore. Family is gone. That's it. No more food. No more cheating.
Lots of food still recovering. Kids drove me nuts. Oh my god, dude. My nephews were here, and oh boy. Just saying, maybe a little bit of uncle bullying, is allowed because holy crap. Nah, I love my
Kurt, we love you, baby.
Oh. Okay, first of all, we love all of our fans. All right, let's not put any of them on top as favorites. Kurt, you're our favorite, but come on. So what the people came for?
Exactly, the 40K, right? So
political, 40K, yes.
Actions. Why? Get right into it.
They got entirely too much money and just need to give it back to the economy. That's the only reason I can think of. No,
sometimes that's true.
The first thing is, the thing is they might just like the faction. Like, they might not even need to know how it plays. You just take one look at Votann, you're like, dwarves in space. I'm in. I don't care. Shooting, melee doesn't matter. I want my dwarf. Elves, for example. A lot of Eldar players I talked to, when they got into it, they kind of had some knowledge, but they're like, yeah, space elves. They're like, oh, Lord of the Rings or fantasy, D&D. Like, I just wanted my cool guys who threw lightning and were, mystical and all this other stuff.
Yep.
Same with knights. I mean, you just tell someone, hey, like Tyranids for me, a large part of it was, hey, I can just do kaijus, just big monsters all the time. Yes, that is indeed Kurt and Votann for the win. They respect the Tyranids, so they're a good faction.
Usually, there's a lot of circumstances, right? But usually, when there's an army that just came out that's basically broken, and people realize that, people start buying into that, and then they get nerfed, they immediately abandon that. So you see a very big spike, a dip, right? And people participating in that faction. And that's where you see I think the larger number of abandonment. I think there's a lot of reasons, right? Multi-layered, like an onion. But I think one of the larger reasons is because of that. You just see people buy into what is best at that time. And there's a lot of competitive players that buy into what's new, the shiny new toy, the shit that's kicking ass. And then when it gets nerfed or it's something that they don't want it to be anymore, then it is what it is.
So something that I'll say, and this is going to be a recurring theme all throughout this episode, and this will come up in others, but it's the main thing that I see for make people want to play a different faction. This is actively wanting to stop playing the faction they're playing. It's just boredom. Either it's not fun, or maybe the play style that the army is good at, quote unquote, leaning towards, isn't the way that person wants to play. Like, I'm on record as saying, and I will continue being on record as saying, if the only viable way to play Tyranids is 300 Gaunt spam, I'm going back to Necrons. I'm not doing that. I don't want to play that way. Some people do. More power to them. That is, if the only way to play orcs was 200 orc boys and guys, would you be picking orcs back up all excited?
If that's my style. I mean, I'm just like
you. I was like, you might. You like running the 100 berserkers and world eaters. You're weird like that.
I am weird like that. I like so those, and you know what? That's actually a great point that you bring up. That's why I'm actually pretty educated in running 20-man blobs, right? Because I've done it in orcs 1,000 times for years, just running 20-man blobs of orcs. So running 20-man blocks of berserkers, which I currently don't, but running 20-mans feels really good. Spread out on the table, and blood surge on top of it. That's what's like, oh my gosh, chef's kiss, dude.
And this right here is, the difference is, if the only way to play something was that, then sure, there's people, like you who are like, yeah, this is my jam. I like it. I'm comfortable with it. I know how to utilize it. And there's people like me that are like, oh God, no, my back, please.
Yeah.
So,
but I get it.
So that's the biggest thing though, is like, if something just feels uninspired, it just is like, oh, I'm just rolling dice at you, and that's kind of the game now. It's just like there's no real, nothing cool going on, for lack of more technical term. No really like to flex your player skills. Like, I'm just, it's very Death Guard. It's like, here, I'm going to do my thing, and it's going to work, and you're not going to win, or it's not going to work, and we actually get a game, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, that's
And
where we talk into power creep, right? Power creep and balance updates as well, which we kind of touched up on.
yeah. And another thing is, just outside of anything, it doesn't have to be negative. Like, that's why I started off the way I did. I didn't want to be like, oh, people only leave for negative reasons. Like, I picked up Necrons because I genuinely enjoyed what the Necrons had going on, their lore. I didn't really like that they were a shooting army when I picked them up, but it was also something different because I was playing melee rush Tyranids for my first 100 or so games. Like, all right, maybe having a gun or 5 in my list will be a different playstyle, and they were. Necrons were infinitely more durable than a Tyranid list was. So it doesn't always have to be.
But you stick to it. You stick to your guns, though.
Yeah, well, my melee. But
no, you've been sticking with Tyranids for a long time, regardless.
I know. I was making a joke because you said guns, and I'm like, no, melee over here. No, but so it's a mixture of things, and there's a lot, and hopefully no one does, but to make it very clear, there is no shame whether you faction hop or you are, a faction, specialist. Both are just as valid and fine. This isn't like to praise one and poo-poo on the other. We're just talking because it happens a lot. Like a very good friend of ours, Mr. Anime Squirrel, when Sisters got their triple nerf, I didn't think it was that bad. Some people thought it was terrible. I'm like, sure, you're a bit weaker than you were, but you were at like a 57% win rate everywhere. So, and then Sisters got buffed, and then they got buffed, and then they got buffed again, and now they're second best army in the game.
Yep.
Because whatever.
Subjectively, like every other army, right? Like there are some armies just around here, and some people can just take armies that are down here and bring them up here.
No, so, look, it is an objective fact. It's just Admech and then like Eldar Sisters, depending on your skill, and then a few others in A tier, and then the rest of us from like B to D just punching each other.
He's just like, listen, we're looking up to the mountain. We're wishing and looking to be up there with you, with all the Eldar Sisters.
Nope.
And of course, Admech, dude. Admech is.
I will. Like, I've been on top of the mountain. I played 9th edition Tyranids. Wasn't fun. First couple games felt super good. Then I realized I wasn't winning because I was good. I was winning because I literally couldn't lose, and it was just not fun. Personally,
I mean, 18 Victrix guard, can be fun.
I am so excited as a Tyranid player because Victrix guard is one of the few units that I look at and I'm like, our profiles are so perfectly made to rip them apart. Yeah. It's actually really funny. I'm like, oh my god, this is great. They're like, if you shoot us, we'll surge into you. And I'm like, what if I just don't shoot you though? What if just not?
Finally, the solution for land raiders: Cornloader Skull.
Look, the Cornloader Skull has been the answer for a lot of things. That thing is insane.
It's definitely the land raider answer. At 505 points, though, Lodi. Sheesh, I gotta put in a mortgage for that one. You gotta
look. If any army had land raider answers in like abundance, it's World Eaters.
But I ran them last year.
A particularly pissed off Slaughterbound could kill a land raider. It's like Scarbrand just over in the corner looking at you like, I'm half the price. What are you talking about?
Exactly.
Flat 6 damage, no save. I don't care about your armor contempt. Get wrecked.
20 wounds too for Scarbrand. But he's not T13. He's not T13 though. And
he's
then
not 500 points.
He's also not 500 points too. Touche.
We have gone way off the rails, folks. You're welcome. This is the good stuff you come for.
That's right.
Content.
So back to why people get off the bandwagon, which is the best way to say it, right? Another reason, lack of recent support models or competitive updates as well.
Yep. I think the last cut, like Drukhari, were really feeling this. They were really, really a victim of just the, hey, here's your rules. You've had the same 1 detachment for like 3 years and 2 detachments for 2. Like, it's just, there's only so much you can do to make that interesting.
When was their line completely updated the last time? Like 9-10 years ago? They haven't had anything new recently, have they? No, Archon. I think
Lilith was new in 8th edition.
Yeah, Agents too. Yeah, we're gonna get on Agents too.
Oh. Look, Agents is in its own category. They are a great example, but they're such a specifically good example. They get their own box.
Yeah,
a box that I'm unfortunately coming to terms with that demons are probably going to share with them going into 11th.
Yeah, it's been a long time for Agents too. Well, Agents get a lot of kill team kind of supplements that they kind of redo their line. So actually, they've been getting a little bit of love, probably more love than Drukhari.
Yeah, they're Imperium, of course. Sorry.
I'm just saying, man. Just say, sheesh. Build up all the lines.
Oh my god, I know.
Also, another reason to drop player burnout, player fatigue. Dude, player burnout and player fatigue is big. I see a lot of people completely abandon the game certain times throughout the year, or they'll go like 3 months and then like I'm done. I've been playing way too much. I've done every GT within the last 4 months. I'm burnt out.
Yep. Yeah, and it's not just necessarily a 40k. It's with taking their same army, their same list. Oh yeah, it's solo Regal time, guys. It's your favorite. All right. I will read whatever you guys put on the teleprompter. I have no filter. Let's go. I'm kidding. I don't want to be kicked off. Future Lewis, who edits this. But no. Another reason people kind of look to other factions is not necessarily any fault of even like the games. It's just how many times are you going to be able to run? I don't know. 30 Sacrosancts, Vol Guns, and 3 Castigators again and again and again and again before, you look over and you're like, maybe, just 9 Custodians Dreadnoughts is the easier way to go to the RTT this weekend.
You're saying like the same detachment, same list on top of that?
Well, just the same. I'm saying like that was just an example. The same pool of, resources to use, right? You look at it, you look for something new. And there's there's detachment that change your play style, maybe characters, buffs, interactions, but like eventually, and this is especially a problem for the
I left for 2 seconds. My lordy, man.
But I work fast, man. You've heard me talk.
Oh man,
I started when we left for Missouri, and I didn't stop until I fell asleep about an hour away. No,
the good old times.
I was just saying that maybe like it's just kind of the pool gets stale after a while, and you just want something new. You want it like, and especially if an army brings something to the table, literally, that your faction doesn't, like, with orcs, you're going from world eaters to orcs, like, sure, world eaters have some shooting and even some respectable shooting.
Fire dragons.
You
fire dragons. Fusion guns.
I was gonna say you going from something like elite index world eaters to just that, the
just index world eaters from index to index. That's where we're went.
No, from index world eaters to Grotmus, freaking what are they called? Not flash gets with the character. So they're just like, oh, cool, full rerolls on Overwatch, because why not?
Oh my gosh, yes.
Yeah, and you're just like, brr. So, and it works.
Nobody remembers that detachment anymore.
Tactical Brigade, baby. I do. I had nightmares about it.
It wasn't Tactical Brigade.
that had the enhancement? I'm pretty sure it did.
Vessels of Wrath.
Oh no, I was talking about the orcs one.
Oh, Tactical Brigade was the shooty one. Yeah, you're talking about the shooty one, right? Tactical Brigade was that one.
Yeah, and then Badrook from the Index. Oh God, yes. See.
Oh, why you gotta do us like that? See, now you.
I didn't. Your chat did. That was Plasma. I'm engaging with the chat, man. What do you?
Why are you doing that to us? Why?
Right. Sorry, we ignore chat on this show. You guys don't exist.
Just delete. Just close the host screen. No more showing comments on stage.
You know what? You've all lost First Amendment rights. No more words.
The backlash. Leave Badrook out of this, okay? It was a sad day. Now he's just a champion for the flash gets. He's just a knob for the flash gets. Sad little guy. He's by himself with a hat.
Another reason kind of we can segue into, speaking about your armies, is some armies get very buffed and have lots of attention drawn to them from social media, tournament results, faction specialists who go on, because we all have pride in our factions and in our abilities. So a good example right now is World Eaters. They went from respectable player pool to like first and second most played army there for like 2 weeks.
You see this?
Can you explain to us why that's necessary? What the sudden boom in World Eaters players was about?
They're just amazing. The reason they got amazing is everything else got worse.
And they got some real good buffs.
And they got some real good discounts too to their 8-bound. So a lot of that in combination was, I don't know, might sound biased, but I think it was a perfect combination. Maybe like a tad too much. Maybe just like here's the threshold. Maybe like that a little bit, right? Like it's a little bit over, but I think it's perfect. Here's what happened.
They got the AdMech treatment, except they can't field 150 bodies like AdMech can. So,
is that a challenge?
You know what? Put 150 Goremongers and Jackals down and play that game to completion.
I could with one Lord of Skull, a Demon Prince, and I can put about 142 in there. Yep.
Good. And then play that and a full game with a chess clock.
I'll get those movement trays. They're only 10-man units. Listen, they're not orcs. It's not guard.
If you'd like to leave a comment, here's our Patreon link
that leads to the dark web.
No, it's not a Patreon link. It's just a Venmo link, like Venmo. Like
just pay me. Just pay me. No, even better. It's just a page that shows up recycling bin. Endless loop recycling bin.
Suggestion box, and it's just a recycling bin icon on the desktop.
Exactly, that's it.
Oh man. This is. I hope that guy who sent me 6 show ideas on Discord isn't watching right now and thinking I'm just throwing away his ideas. I'm not gonna name drop him because I don't want to embarrass him because it was through a DM. Yeah. But we do not throw away your ideas for show ideas, everyone. He throws away ideas for shows.
That guy, whoever you were pointing at, was.
Look, on my reflection, you're wherever he's at. But no,
something like this.
Yeah, things get flashy, and the greatest example is, of course, AdMech. AdMech went from down there with Imperial agents and player representation up to the most taken army at Worlds, which was memed all on its own at WCW. AdMech is never the most prevalent faction.
And there was 8 in the 16, right? Yeah,
something like that. Yeah, and then it was 8 and 16, and then 4 and 8.
Yeah,
it wasn't until top 4 that there was only one AdMech player.
Yeah. Yep. But I mean, you gotta sell your kidney and put out a second mortgage just to get that army.
Oh my god.
The armies is so expensive.
You just sign up as a GW like clerk in the afterlife. Like their HQ is just full of ghosts. But and then, that goes into World Eaters and AdMech are good examples of easy to run armies and versus high skill armies. Like you have an army like AdMech, which everything has a rule and a buff that interacts with the rule another unit has. And that's not even including their detachment rules or the faction protocols you can call.
Yeah.
And it's so insane having to remember to be within 6 inches of a battle line and move your stuff right and how sequence, because they have a lot of stuff, but there's a lot of armies that can chop through 150 bodies in 2 turns. Like if you just let yourself get hit, no amount of stealth and 5-up invuln is going to save you from an immediate tabling.
No, I was reading this comment. Yeah, so first time the Flash Kits came out with Badrook, or when Badrook was dead and Flash Kits came out for the new edition, I gave people some feel bads, definitely, with Flash Kits. They're still really good too. They were a lot better in Tactical Brigade, but I mean, they're still really good.
I think that was the problem, Mr. Slaughter, was that they were too good, some might say.
This is why my name is this.
What's funny to me is the orcs just kept getting nerfed after nerfed. And we'll help them, and then the help got nerfed. And they're like, oh no, we're gonna help them again, and the help got nerfed. Like it was such a yo-yo. I'm like, here, have this. Oops, actually, no, not really, but have this. Oh, I didn't do that either. Like they just kept yo-yoing the poor. Like I felt bad for the orc community.
Dude, there were people who just quit. It just quit.
I don't. And
people
that's another reason.
That was real abandonment right there. The people were just like, I quit the game. Orcs is so bad, I don't even want to play it.
I don't blame them. Like, oh, hey, here's some hope. Not really. Oh, here's some hope. Like, oh my god, why?
Just to be a little vulnerable here. Full transparency. I believe I've said this on the show. When the new World Eaters first came out, your boy wasn't too happy for the first day. Just saying.
We talked on the phone. I remember the phone call.
Yes. It wasn't a happy one.
It was a shot-for-shot remake of The Godfather when he got to Angron's page. He's like, my boy, look at how they massacred my boy.
Why? And more importantly, when we're talking about the Khorne Lord of Skulls, right? I played that for a year, almost a year last year. For a strong 12 months, and then ended up winning a GT and a super major with it. Teams event, best general at teams event. Yeah, so it's got a place in my heart. It's always looked a little it's not corny. I didn't want to go all the way there, but it is corny. It looks a little off.
I want to see a conversion where instead of the energy tanks or whatever, it's just a stalk of corn. Corn stalks.
Just corn stalks. This is very corny.
Corn for the corn god. But
all right.
So a faction abandonment. There's also a large part of it that is going back to people hyping up a faction is people shutting down a faction. The opposite effect is true too. People are like, oh, I don't really know where this is going to fit now. And ooh, the future looks great. Great examples, Imperial Knights. Valor Strike got kicked in the teeth, which it needed to. I do not feel bad about that. Holy crap, it was insane.
Yep.
But they still have very good Valor Strike itself is still very decent. I'm a big proponent of Gatewarden Lance, but also there have been various people who have had respectable, competitive runs with the Armiger attachment. I forget the name of it. So there's still people who try to make it work because that that's the army they love. That's the opposite of faction abandonment. It's faction loyalty. It's okay. We're gonna get down in the weeds, do the work, and like find the diamonds in the rough, which some factions are. Some factions are a whole bunch of rough and like 3 diamonds. Some factions are nothing but diamonds. Tactical brigade. So
I'm trying to look for that faction that detachment you were talking about, Imperial Agents.
You mean no, knights?
Oh, knights, you said.
Yeah, Imperial Knights. The all armature one. Yeah.
Oh, is that Questora's companions?
Yes, I think so. Yeah.
No.
We're doing it live, folks.
Yeah. If only we could find it.
I'll find it. Imperial Knights. No, hold on. No, it's Spearhead at Arms. That's the Spearhead at Arms is the armature one, because whenever you pick a bondsman ability, you can put it on multiple armatures.
Yep, that's it. Yep. With the detachment ability, Yep.
Well,
I mean, I said it a couple weeks ago, but nobody challenged me, so I didn't end up doing it. But I think Bully Boys is in a good spot right now for all of the orc.
I think Bully Boys is in a great spot. Now the fact that you can put Gaz and some Mega Knobs inside the vehicle, the wagon, stocks way up.
Yep.
Big.
I like the big hunt. I still like the big hunt in this meta as well. We always talk about that frequently, how to adjust for the current meta. Like, we're at the end of the road now, right? All the factions are already out. Anything that's here is here right now until we get maybe a Grotmist this year as well.
Well, so, though there's going to be a Grotmist. They said they put a thing out that they're going to do like the 30 days or 29 days of Christmas or whatever Grotmist. Actually, the first one should have come out yesterday or today. So on the lookout for that over at Games Workshop community.
I mean, if people are downing Bully Boys, it's because they don't understand how to run an elite style type of army, right? Especially when the biggest value for orcs, you get it twice, right? Like, the best thing you get for being an orc, you get it twice, is pretty bananas. So, especially if you're plugging it into those units that are super efficient, i.e. a 10-man squad of just knobs with PKs and a war boss attached to it, or you take a mega armored war boss with some mega knobs, throw them in a battle wagon, throw Gaz in another battle wagon. I mean, like, dude, there's so many good possibilities with that. I think it plays very well. I don't think Victrix, I don't think they punch up high enough. They're still going to probably wound you on 5s, maybe 4 sometimes. If you're worried about units like that. World Eaters, I love both armies, but I think World Eaters has always had orcs number. I don't know why, but every time that I've played against orcs, it's almost effortlessly. Especially if you get exposed, like World Eaters just eat spinach like Popeye.
So
crazy how it feels in game.
Orcs have the same problem that Tyranids have, and a few other armies as well, like Index Drukhari largely had. And it's that Games Workshop seems to think there is an equal trade-off between unit durability and unit quantity. The problem is, if you're easy to kill and you need to be alive to score points, putting however many units out there usually isn't going to be a winning strategy, because your opponent, like most armies, doesn't matter level of competitive viability, even Imperial Agents, you don't need 2,000 points of your army to kill 2,000 points of an enemy army.
Yep.
And there are people you can go and look at from competitive players, tournaments, people talking about their tournament coverage, all kinds of stuff, where they're like, oh yeah, I went out, I had my go turn, I had my follow-up turn, I decimated this Eldar player, this Sisters player, whatever, and they still, tabled me. Oh my god, I'm hungry.
I've had this for quite some time. You've seen it before.
No, we need to get that song from those old adoption commercials, on the wings of an angel, which is like a sad slide of me in gray. It's like at the end.
We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it.
Sitting on a dirt road in like a mud puddle.
Just hungry.
Walking out the railroad tracks in some ripped up shorts and no shoes.
Pictures of just ribs. They don't have to be your ribs, but just ribs because you haven't eaten in so long.
Of a body that's like clearly not mine. Like it's obviously not me. Like
it's just depleted. It's just sunk dry. Oh my gosh. So listen, how can you get 40K and comedy? Come to Onslaught Gaming 40K. Have a good time. And feed this man. He's starving. Look at him.
I do. I did. I came home and the first thing I did was eat, and the second thing I did was join this call with zero complications. But moving on to slightly transition, all this is to say, once a faction is kind of condemned in the community view or like marked as, prominent
Eldar?
player.
Everyone hates Eldar. When people walk up to Eldar, they're like, Eldar, I'm scared. People get scared.
Dude,
he's like, I quit.
I love playing Eldar players because like you walk up to them and they're like, I know, but I really like the army. So slightly transitioning though, it's kind of like a slow leak, right? Where some people start to leave and then more leave, and really, especially if it's people players you respect, well-known faction specialists, like such and such known for taking custodies, and hold on a second, why is he playing Space Wolves? You're like, hey, whoa, what happened? And they're like. And that's kind of the final nail is like a faction pillar, we'll call them. It's like denounces like, hey, right now this isn't the time. And people are like, oh, and sometimes it's not. Like I was a very avid / demon player, demonic incursion. This was before the BS, I promise you. And did quite good. Where there's no one was running / models except maybe Celeste or Shalaxi if they were brave. And then that attachment came out, and Slanesh got like quintuple nerfed. It was awful. Just don't play it now. There's no reason to. I'll be honest with you. You want to run 18 fiends? You're better off in demonic incursion or the Shadow Legion.
Yep.
Just don't do it. But that doesn't mean demons are bad. You still have the nonsense that is for what was it? 1,045 points. You get Rodriguez 3 great on clean ones and the enhancement for 4-up Fatal Pain. Yep. Just slightly, and without the enhancement, it's 1,000 clean. Like this is half your army. Here you go. Here's 13 things. Good luck.
Sprinkle in some Keepers of Secrets.
Nah, Scarbrand, Kairos, and another bird, and then some Beasts of Nurgle, and maybe a Battle Line, and you're good.
I don't know why every time demon players try to run Scarbrand around against me, it always goes bad for them. I don't know why. I think he just sees his family. He's like, dang, this is not what I signed up for today.
as funny as it is, Scarbrand on average is really bad at killing 4 things with an invuln.
Yes.
Because you got a hit with no rerolls, you got a wound with no rerolls, so you drop 1, 2 or 3, maybe 4 if you're really unlucky. Then you have a 5-up invuln, and it's just not good. It's like,
I'm just saying, a ghost kill might charge him, and on clapback he might not kill it with 2 blanks. Or Lord of Skulls charges him.
Lord of Skulls would kill Scarbrand.
Just
But,
8 damage flat. 8 damage flat.
But so and that kind of goes into then the public perception of a faction, because something that I've encountered a lot are people who have opinions of faction they've never actually played.
Yep.
And don't even necessarily understand. Like, like a popular one is, I hate Space Marines. Their rules are dumb. Okay, what rules specifically? Yeah, they have more than the rest of us. That's always going to happen. You got to accept it if you're going to be part of the hobby. Unless you're Eldar, then you get equal share of the pie. Not in lore, just on tabletop. Calm down. You get the Yunari treatment again, and no one wants that.
Nobody wants that.
Hold on. Sorry, I'm coming down with something.
That's fine. So while you're coming down with something, which is hunger, we're going to pay the bills real quick with this quick commercial. Stay tuned. We need to pay this man. He's coming down with something, and it's hunger. So stay tuned, locked in. We're going to do a quick 1-minute commercial. We'll be right back. Maybe sooner or later. Welcome to Big Bear 3D, your ultimate destination for top quality terrain and weapon props. Whether you're setting the stage for your next epic battle or enhancing your collection, Big Bear 3D has you covered. Don't forget to scan the QR code to explore our full range and bring the event home with you. Happy gaming! Big Bear 3D is excited to collaborate with Away Games, bringing top-tier competitive experiences to events across North America with our adaptable modular event tables. The Away Games event table, official for the American Team Championship and standard for the National Tabletop League, can now bring the event home. Pick up the Away Games 2024 event table to replicate any layout featured in ATC or NTL circuit events. Big Bear 3D is thrilled to offer sci-fi weapon props and raw part kits, printed in PLA plastic with all necessary assembly hardware included. We've also partnered with Hobby Goblins to provide assembled and painted prop kits for our customers. And don't forget, bring the event home with you.
I just want to come home one day from Crucible with just 300 people with me. Just, your mic's muted. just
laughing away.
Just bring the event home with me, honey. We have some guests. Prepare the guest room. With one bed.
Maybe one day.
You hear that, guys?
With that being
56
said,
people to a bed.
With that being said, do you think it would be a nice surprise to show everybody the brand new Onslaught Gaming website?
Yes.
All right, so give us a moment. We're going to show you the brand new gaming website and Onslaught Gaming. My goodness. Can't multitask. And then we'll get right into that segment. So, all right. So sorry for that. This is the new website.
Already, this is super cool.
So everything is really easy on this website, right? I'm throwing on my bifocals so I can read this with you, right? So this is brand new. Lots of information here. Most importantly, what I've done is every single event that's coming up for the calendar year, the first sector of it, so the first 6 months, you have all your player registrations to check out. So BTP, and you can pay for the event itself right here. The camp is an early bird pricing, right? You put a $300 deposit down, you get the early bird, player registration, and checkout, of course, for regular. Then we have Grand Onslaught 12, all the RTT events as well. There's a section in here that shows you every single date, every single link, and what particular event it is. So if it's an RTT, GT, major team event, and all that. And thanks, most importantly, to Traxi and Nerdvana. We have some premium Onslaught Gaming terrain as well that you can purchase and pick up at your next event. And then you can bug me, ask me all the questions in the world here. But yeah, super proud of this. Super happy to actually bring this to everyone and really streamline what Onslaught Gaming is all about. All the connections. We have a wonderful team that's on here as well. We have a wonderful club, wonderful captains, doing wonderful things, putting wonderful things together internally. Should we tease them a little bit? I know Charles actually saw it for some reason. Discord went public in that area, so he saw it. Someone else saw it, so they got a little taste about it of it. But imagine doing baseball cards or stack cards for people. And 40K, right? So like,
I'm so excited for this.
So like, yeah, I mean, it's a cool thing. We're doing it internally. It's just too much logistical work to do it for everyone. I wish I could. Like, I mean, if a couple of people want to jump on board and lead that and get a team to do that, like, that would be awesome. But you'll see them soon. Some great ideas that were presented by the captains of the team. So, yeah, a lot of things, man. They're trying to do a lot of great things with the community. So it's always awesome, man. Always very appreciative of this man. This is an amazing man right here.
I will say I'm part of the reason I'm super excited, and I haven't even told you this, but this is something I do on my own. Is I track my own games. I track, my victories, losses, points, and I keep them all. I see, from what detachment I used, like what maps I play better on, going first or second. For a while, actually, my go first win rate was about 8% higher than my go second win rate.
Wow.
Through when what do they call it?
During the current meta or like months ago?
From when challenger cards were introduced, because I was playing so hard to not let challenger cards affect me, like affect my game plan, that I just kept, like, if I went first, I just pushed the margins for victory further than I used to, because I knew the cards existed.
Yep.
And it just developed where, like, I would win. I think I had like a 64% go first win rate and like a 56 go second. Like, I'm like, why am I going second win rate lower? But yeah, so I'm super stoked about the cards. I love it. Aside from just ego and vanity, let's be real here. There's it's a numbers game, like anything, like in any sport or competition. Chess even. Chess has an elo system, and it's based off of all those metrics of how good are you, how quick are your games, how good are you against people who are better than you.
Yep. So you've been basically creating your own stack card already.
Yeah, I've been keeping track of my own, and I keep track of it honestly. Like, I include losses, draws. The only thing I don't include are games that weren't played to completion, either because they got interrupted, they were called at bottom of 2 because my opponent's like, yeah, I have no way out of this. But like, as long as it was a game that, like, if we called it on turn 4 because one of us was tabled, fine, we drew the last 2 cards and saw what it was. But yeah, because that's how I improve. That's how I told friends of ours to improve. I'm like, look, you got to start from the beginning. You got to figure out where you're falling short. Is it your list? Is it like, are you scoring? Are you not even hitting 50 points a game? Then maybe start aiming for more points and don't worry about winning or losing. Like, because if you go from scoring 30 points on average to scoring 60 points on average, I promise you your win rate will probably double because you're scoring double the points.
Before I get into this statement, right, and I make my statement on my own, just to kind of piggyback on it and enhance this statement, going on to you, right? People just always find a way to restrict themselves, nerf themselves, always find a way to always hold themselves down competitively. And if that's your style, is to hold yourself down for a loss, then do you, boo, right? But if you're the type of person that's trying to be better, trying to actually win games, be more welcoming to people who want to kind of coach you, because I do a lot of coaching. Regal does a lot of coaching as well. It's kind of a culture that me and Regal, we've known each other for years. So we all almost kind of do this already in the people that we hang around with in our circle. So be more open to these opportunities, right? Take an opportunity and say, listen, I should do this, or I should deploy like this. A lot of people, I watch it at every single event, and I tell them when I play against them as well, I say, listen, deployment, you deploying your army is probably one of the biggest steps that you're going to do in this game. Against anyone is very competitive. That and your positioning and movement. If you don't deploy properly, I'm going to tell you how to deploy. Help yourself out. Do not allow my berserkers to tap you turn one. I will position them in a way where I'll get to you, right? So kind of going on your point, right, Regal?
Yep.
So going on to Plasma's point, that's great. It's a great analysis, right? You understand where you went wrong and then you remember them. But here's probably the most important part. You got to know how to recover from that and understand not to duplicate that again in game. Not to say that you're doing that, but that's just to point that out as well, right? Like you gave me 2 parts of a 3-part step. The third part being you have to be cognizant to not make those mistakes again in your next games. For example, because every game is subjective, it's not objective, right? Every game is not going to play out the same way. You're not going to deploy your army the same way. You shouldn't be deploying your army the same way.
The terrain might not be the same size, even though it's the same map.
Terrain, same map, right? Like so many factors going into that. And if you're just tunnel visioning it, you're going to get poor results because you're not locking into what you need to lock into. But not to go on a tangent with that statement, absolutely, I understand where you're coming from. But as long as you understand how not to continue to do that, you're going to be in a great position.
Just to add on to that real quick, that specific point is another thing that's something that I try to hone, as well as what you said, is also when you mess up, that's a great chance to, instead of being like, oh, I screwed up, I don't want to do this next time, be like, all right, now I'm on the back foot here, or I'm in a worse position than I thought I'd be. What's my new path to victory?
Yep.
And because there's going to be times you're caught off guard. There have been. Thank you. All right. Yeah. No, we all get caught off guard. That's good clap. Good clap. No, go ahead and address that.
No. Listen, that's what we're here for. Whoever you're speaking to, right? That's what we're here for. We're both here to help people. Even if we can, that's kind of my slogan, right? Onslaught Gaming 40K, the whole one. But yeah, that's what we're here for, brother. 100%. Regal, full transparency. Regal is a lot more technical and dissects it more in a micro level than I do, because I'm more on a macro of being a faction specialist. Regal is more like, he's like a Tyranid. He's like, which hole can I go and portal into? Like, this is subterranean assault. Which one do I come out of? All right, here I'm playing Imperial Agents this way. I'm building a list of this. So I'm playing Necrons.
It's Grey Knights this week.
Or Grey Knights.
I'm upset at the Grey Knight community because no one has showed anything for Sanctic Brotherhood, and that thing is insane. Sanctic is so good.
It's true. He's true. He's a army specialist. I'm like a game core specialist. All the game rules, all the game mechanics and things like that. Like, I'm the one that exposes those things and lets you know, right, what you can do on a tabletop. That's me.
To break the veil a little bit, I said that about Grey Knights, and I just got a notification for a Discord I'm in for someone throwing salt on the Grey Knight codex.
Like, get out of here. You have no credibility with us.
No, they're not even watching the show as far as I know. It just randomly came up talking about Grey Knights.
Is it really? I love it.
Yeah, it's super funny. But
I love it. That's all the channels that we have, right? For everyone in this community to kind of communicate on. We got the Discord. It's crazy, man. Come join us. Join all the channels. Yep. Come to our world.
Join us, and next year be a part of the secret channel.
Dude, next year camping is gonna be nuts.
I'm I'm actually gonna, after the show, me and you were gonna talk about this this payment thing for the camp because I'm locking in. We're getting it done.
This camping is gonna be crazy. So
I'm so excited. I'm not even gonna play Warhammer. I'm like, you know what? I win. Thanks. Let's go rope climb.
Dude, I'm getting so many angry messages already from people who have wives. They're like, listen, man, why you gotta have activities there, dude? Like, as soon as I showed it, or said it to my wife, man, she wants to come, but then she's like mad at me now because I won't be with her the whole time.
Hey, you just gotta do what I did. Just like interest your partner in the thing, and now my partner wants 2 armies. She has no idea how to play, but she wants 2 armies.
This is really what you. Go ahead, my bad, brother.
Okay, I'm just like, honey, slow down. Like, I'm glad you're interested, but damn. Wait till you got. Then she found out you gotta pay them, and like she still wants to, but there's a little less little less urgency on it. Sorry, what?
No, I was just
what you gotta do.
I was just gonna say, listen, you do what you gotta do, okay? You come in a little bit early on Thursday, right? Take her out somewhere around the area. Nice, fantastic day. Then on Friday, you do the social event with me and everyone else there. Enjoy the barbecue that night. People are going to be enjoying themselves, right? So enjoy yourself. And then Saturday, you give her the credit card and say, listen, enjoy yourself in the water park next door. I will not be there. I will be playing the game. I will see you.
There's a water park next door. My guy. My brother. You know how this is going to work. All the teams are going to set up their matches and just flip coins for who won so they can go do shit. This is going to be the most rigged results GT ever, and I want to feel bad for you, but you dangled physical activities with us, and like, what you got now? You got to stay inside and play 40K.
Yeah. It's going to be a crazy time. Yeah, and next year is going to be even better. Even better next year. I just want to stop and say, just a little peek behind the curtain for all you people. This man does not stop working. We were on the phone and I invited him to come play a game and he laughs at me. Yeah. As soon as my wife found out I wasn't doing anything, she had a honey-do list ready. Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
And it's because he does not stop. Ever. I'm willing to bet you ate some of your Thanksgiving meal at your desk.
No, I got pulled away to where was I?
I just want to focus on
Gainesville. What's that?
The words on pulled away.
I did. I got pulled away to Gainesville, past Gainesville. What's that city around there? Help me out.
Jacksonville?
No,
Williston?
Gainesville, Ocala.
Okay.
I was in Ocala. So I got pulled 2 hours away from my computer and desk. And then she had to confiscate my cell phone.
Dude, we play Warhammer, don't touch grass. You say that until you see the dodgeball court.
Exactly.
Oh my god, could you imagine like tiebreakers for teams? Dodgeball match. You guys tied? Get in the ring. Dodgeball. Tug of war over the mud hole.
Totally doing it.
With your armies on your back. So if you fall in, your armies get dirty too.
And listen, at $250 for the early bird people, and even at $300 for all those amenities, I think it's a super value, man. I mean, it's damn near cost.
I did the math for what a trip to Cherokee this year would cost me.
Yes.
And
yes, he did. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. This is gonna be, what was it? What's that actor from the Dodgeball movie? It's gonna strap up with the headband.
Oh yeah. Oh god, he's the guy from the museum. Oh, what's his name?
Yes, I forgot his Ben something. Ben Stiller.
Yeah, something like that.
Ben Stiller.
We played what? We played dodgeball. See how quickly he went from touching grass to playing dodgeball? See,
You traitors! You're traitors! dude, I'm gonna show up Sunday morning, right? So Saturday I'll be regular. And then Sunday morning I'm gonna show up, it's gonna be like crickets. Cricket. Like 10 o'clock, it's hour past. Where's everyone?
We're all sleeping because we couldn't do the outside stuff until like 9 o'clock at night. No, it's super good. If you guys haven't seen it, it's on the Discord, it's on the Facebook. By all means, go look, preview, sign up. Because I want this to work. He obviously wants it to work, but it only works if we go. That's so right. Very, very unashamedly go. It's going to be a great time, and there is a GT buried under all of this. So like, and we joke, but there is
a 5-person team event. But
yes, a team event. There is 40K buried on like you said. There's going to be social time. There's going to be hangout time. So it's not just playing with models in a hall while there's all this stuff outside we're not doing.
Yeah.
Like, give the man some credit. He has a good itinerary set for like, hey, 40K and also go, wreck crap.
You're just giving me too much credit. You don't know the roulette game I play every day.
Yes, you're right. We don't. We only know the results, which are always amazing. Ranger shorts for dodgeball. All right, no. Never mind. That's nope. So back on topic. Going on to onto the second part of the show is the perception, of factions. Are factions abandoned, overrepresented, underrepresented, or is it just maybe a faction is, marginally represented, but very powerful. Thousand Sons is a good example of that, where you can see Thousand Sons consistently doing pretty well, like not dominating, but not falling by the wayside like a lot of people thought they were. But there's 2% of the player population playing them. It's just they are dedicated to the rubric and getting results. Really short shorts. Plasma, are you challenging me to who can wear the shortest shorts and not get yellow carded?
Listen, it better not be my event, okay? I do not want to see what squirrels hunt for.
3-inch inseams. Come at me. Call them my Terminator shorts.
They gotta say they gotta say apple bottoms in the back.
Oh, jorts. Oh, Plasma. That's better than I was gonna say. Watch jorts. Plasma show up with just painted on pants. Just roll on. Jorts, though. Oh my God! Please. That's it. I'm unsubscribing. It's okay. When he's asleep, I'll just turn his phone on and resubscribe. I know where he sleeps.
Exactly.
I'll resubscribe for him. Don't worry. We're not losing that one.
And all of his email accounts, matter of fact.
That's right, guys. Here at Onslaught, we know where you live. Your viewership is not a request.
I mean, I'm not gonna go there.
So yeah, we have this wonderful graphic here that a wonderful gentleman on YouTube has been creating. If you want to pop that up here, yeah, that's that one.
That's the one. What is the wonderful gentleman's name again?
Yes, his name is Frank Guerra. Frank Guerra on YouTube. Nice. He doesn't really make much content per se, but every so often, weekly, he kind of posts these metrics for the previous week. And they have a lot.
We don't know this guy from Adam and Eve.
Yep.
I mean, he knows
Complete
him better
stranger.
than I do. But support him. Like, this is awesome. When people do stuff for the community like this, support them. Shower them with flowers, man, because these people are doing a service for all of us, right? They give us these statistics and exactly what Regal is going to break down for everybody else. But yeah, give them some love, man.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know what goes into making a chart like this, it is compiling all the data from every event over the previous weekend and like putting it through so many filters and checks. Like those numbers are all verified for what that's worth. Like this wasn't just like a copy and paste, Excel thing. It was effort goes into these. So that's why we were shouting him out. Like I said, not sponsored, not a partner, not anything. It's just he does good work and wanted to give us recognition. But moving on to that, you see, this chart has lots of numbers that mean something to some people. The first column is your factions, which if I have to explain that to you, DM me and we'll talk in private. I have questions. I
have questions of my own.
DM to both of us. We both have questions. The second one, though, is total players, and this is exactly what it says on the tin. This is how many people have been playing that, and this is since the meta of the last data slate that came in September. Very conveniently and not at all stressfully the week before Crucible. He's out of it. Okay, great. It's my show now.
Yes. Oh, man, Dirk, man, Nerdvana is messaging me for what? He said, dude, I just found a Maker's Cult Iron Hive. So I want to buy it in all the print and Tyranid army cybernids. So he's doing cybernids.
As I look back to my box of cybernids and tell him I said, sup, welcome to the Iron Hive.
Man's messaging me during the show. Doesn't he know? Doesn't he know me? I can't.
Okay, we know where he lives. We'll get him to subscribe.
I do know where he lives. That's right.
But and this particular one is, like I said, the data results from the beginning of this this most recent slate where they got rid of I keep wanting to say combat cards because that's what you were talking about earlier. Challenger cards.
Yes.
So this isn't really
because that we have.
Well, because this weekend was Thanksgiving weekend, so not a whole lot of events, as you can imagine. So instead of doing a weekend recap, he kind of does like a retrospective. So next we have T-Whip.
Twip.
Is
it Twip? Or is it Whip?
No, it's T-Whip. And these are basically how many times a faction has gone 4-0. This has a log name. It's basically just whether or not the faction has been in a winning position, which going 4-0 normally puts you, in that winner's bracket of most events. I believe even at Worlds, there was only, what was it? It was 4 games in pods, and then they went to their different brackets, whether they made it out of the pod or not. So, this is, how often a faction gets to go 4-0, gets to get out of the mid-table terrors and is now actually competing for everyone who's in it to win the event. Undefeated, again, that is self-explanatory. This is how many times a faction has just won without a loss, or not even won, just gone on a run without a loss, because depending on the event size and number of participants and, player attrition and just other unforeseeable things, sometimes an event can have 2 or 3 undefeated people, with still having a winner.
So it means tournaments in winning position.
Yes. Which, to translate, is did your faction go 4-0? If it did, it gets a tally point in that column.
There you go. Yep.
And then wins. These are, event wins. How many events each faction has won since the second week of September.
Yep.
And then we have our 2 win percents. It's the win percentage and real win percentage. This may confuse some of you. The win percentage is against every single faction in the game, which makes sense. The real win percentage is against every single faction in the game except themselves.
That's right.
And why this is very important is because if you are the only predator in the water, for example, let's just say you see a GT this weekend, and out of the top 8, it's 4 AdMech, 3 armies running 18 Victrix Guard, and 1 Eldar army. Well, there's going to be a whole lot of Eldar on Eldar, or Space Marine on Space Marine, and AdMech on AdMech violence.
Yep.
which is going to, not do anything for the win percent because one AdMech win and one AdMech loss for the game doesn't move the needle.
We call
the
that
real-
violent onslaught.
Yep. So the real win percentage is the win percent with mirror matches taken out to show you how they play against, the rest of the field. Both numbers are valuable because theoretically, if an army is just head and shoulders above the rest and, good players and pilots gravitate towards it, whether they're, fair weather fans because they're super buffed at the moment or they're loyal, faction experts, you can assume you're going to see multiple Eldars in, top 8s. Same thing, though, if you want to know how your army's doing in just the general sense of the game outside of themselves, the real win percentage I consider to be a more honest number because, like I said, Eldar on Eldar, it just equals an Eldar draw as far as win percent goes. So those are all these numbers, and then there's lots of stuff here. This is just a bucket full of information. So some things I wanted to point out specifically, just to kind of get your eyes moving across the graph is, where are they at? Oh, yes, there they are. If you go look at AdMech, roughly halfway down, right above between Chaos Knights and Chaos Demons.
Yep.
They are sitting at almost a 57% win rate and real win rate, 56.8 and 56.94. That is insane.
That is, yep.
That is approaching index Eldar levels of win rates.
A third of the representation of Space Marines, but almost as many tournaments in winning position. Just 10 off. A third in almost the same amount.
Yep. And if you go to look, there's, like I said, 228 players. They have 17 undefeateds. They are the third highest, most undefeated army in the game behind Eldar and Space Marines.
Yep.
And a lot of those undefeated just came up the last 2 weeks. Well, the last month or 2 months. Yeah, since the slate. They got all the buffs.
Poor world leaders. Only 50% of the top Space Marine one.
Another thing, if you go look at Adeptus Sororitas, they're only 225, so 3 less players than the AdMech. But they're sitting at a very healthy, 54% win rate in both win and real win percent. Yep. So they're actually slightly above the area where GW liked, their Goldilocks zone of 48 to 52. So they're sitting, they're playing with fire with that win rate. Animate's going to get his faction nerfed again.
Yep. And also a friendly reminder too, this is not like RTTs, this is GTs and higher. So these people are actually participating and doing really well at these events.
And as we just said, the AdMech has 17 undefeated. Sisters have 16. Like, Sisters are right on the heels of Space Marines and Eldar. And then of course, Space Marines and Eldar being at the top. No surprise there to anyone, although right below them, Necrons being third is actually a surprise. They have, 13 undefeated, and they have the same number of event wins as Eldar, was sitting at 12.
Dude, Chaos Demons sitting 4th highest in win percentage? Wow. 4th or 5th? 51%?
Yeah, no, Chaos Demons are... so here's the thing. Here's the fun thing about Chaos Demons. The more 4-ups you make, the higher your win percentage is going to go. And because it's a 50-50 flip, half your games you're just going to go through great. Half your games you're going to get melted off the board and wonder what you're paying for.
I wonder what in particular they're playing, though, to get that 51%, or what's the largest representation of what detachment? You think that's... I know Legion of Excess is pretty much dead.
That is almost certainly Demonic Incursion.
It's got to be Incursion, yeah.
I would bet good money it's Demonic Incursion really pushing that forward. Just Rodigus and the one unkillable Great Unclean one with like one or two beasts in Nurgle. Insane start to a list. Just an absolute insane. And then you can still take Be'lakor, Scarbrand, Fiends and Incursion. And Incursion is still really good even by them. They're a good just solo unit. Yeah. No, it's good stuff. But yeah, there's a whole lot of stuff on here. You know, if people want to go look up Mr. Frank Guerra, God, I cannot pronounce that name. I'm so sorry.
Bueno.
You know, you can look at your faction.
Dude, Imperial Knights dead last. I'm sorry, Imperial agents, but other than them, the other Imperial.
Yeah, like I said, and this is a good, you know, a good chart to see like what faction abandonment looks like.
Yep.
Because not necessarily Imperial Knights, because you can still see Knights still have 338 players. Like that is still more than Sisters. Like that's up there with Tau.
And over representation, like we talked about with the World Eaters. Like World Eaters previously to this update was all specialists, and now everyone tried them out, won an event with them, and dropped them, abandoned them, or are going to try them out. Black Templar is really good too. They got a low win percentage for what they can do. I just think that that's because a lot of people who are playing it are probably faction specialists, just like World Eaters were. And once they got that oversaturated, just amount of people to play it, the numbers went up a little bit.
So if you go to 1,000 Suns, there's something I want to point out to someone. There's 150 players. They're like the 7th one from the bottom, right around Grey Knights.
Yeah.
There's 150 players, but 13 of them made it 4-0.
Yes.
Which, you know, doesn't sound impressive until you realize that's almost 10% of 1,000 Suns players make it to 4-0.
Yep.
And even Grey Knights right below them being at 189 and having 15 undefeateds. So these are like two more, you know, these are definitely specialist driven factions. You can kind of see when the numbers lower like that. You see Deathwatch there, 78 players, 9 T-Whips, you know, 3 undefeateds and 1 win. We know who the 1 win is. They won LVO. Or no, they didn't.
Not LVO.
Oh yeah,
no.
Yeah, no. Oh yeah, no, not since the slate. No, the guard. It was he won the February LVO, not the bonus October LVO. We had bonus LVO this year. Yeah, but then you see.
I have a special guest who wants to walk in.
What up, special guest? And like, if you look, like, you see Imperial agents, you know, going back to the comment from, you know, an hour ago.
You want to say hello to the world? Say hi, world.
Hi.
Hello.
We're live, baby. See you in a little bit, okay?
But Imperial agents are, you know, stuck in this weird spot where they're a legal codex, but they're like a bunch of assistant units in a trench coat pretending to be an army.
Yep.
They needed somewhere to throw, you know.
Delac? Is that where you're talking about trench coats? Dudes in trench coats? Delac. From,
Delac.
Yeah, Delac from, my gosh.
You got it. I know it, but you got it.
My goodness. How do I...
Gangers, Hive World.
I still don't remember. I don't remember the name. Help me out.
Necromunda.
Necro. That's right. That's right. Yep. I haven't played a game in years. Matter of fact, the last time I played it was about 8 years ago, and someone was trying to demo me to teach me the game. He activated all... I went, moved my stuff. He activated his entire army and deleted everything I had. I was like, what a douche. Like, thanks. I'll never play this again.
So, looking at this, you know, I got two very interesting data points I want to point out. Number one, how many Eldar players are there, Mr. Slaughter? What is the total number of Eldar players according to this chart?
443.
And what's the total number of Death Guard players?
Scanning now. Seriously? Why can't I find Death Guard?
They're right in the middle.
Yeah, right next to it. Yeah, I see it. Very close to it. So 435.
Now go look at World Eaters and does everyone watch his blood pressure?
Yeah, 510. Yeah.
World Eaters are the second most played faction this data slate, only behind the Space Marines, who I will remind you, despite having Black Templars and Space Wolves and Black others, that is all of the Space Marines. That's the Ultramarines, your Iron Hands, your White Scars, Raven Guard, what are they? Salamanders. All those new characters they're getting and detachments that they're 2.0 buffs. Only World Eaters. Yeah, World Eaters is almost 100 more than Eldar and Death Guard.
They're actually the highest represented single faction in the game because Space Marines has so many other levels. Like you said.
That's what I'm saying. It's a split.
No, they're just single. They're definitively the most single because the Space Marines, unless there's 511 of just Ultramarines.
Now you want to know how you can. This is how you can, without bias, tell how good an army actually is, and isn't just community hearsay or anecdotes about they just kept rolling sixes and I guess the army's broken.
Yep.
So World Eaters has 510 and Sisters has 225. That is less than half. But if we go over to T-Whip, they both have 40. The same number, despite having half the representation.
Still have 40 each. Yep.
And Sisters actually has 3 more undefeateds than World Eaters do. And 2 more winning GTs than World Eaters. So despite having half the players, every number is higher on the Adeptus Sororitas.
Yep. Which proves to your point, the anime needs to be playing Sisters.
Look, I told him as soon as he said he's done with Knights and going back to Sisters, I'm like, buff incoming. And as soon as the slate hit, I walked out of my room to the living room, and I'm like, I told you so specifically.
So yeah, this is a lot of info.
Well, the other one is you mentioned Votan and Black Templars. Look at all of their numbers.
Votan and Black Templar.
They're right next to each other.
271 and 2. Holy shit! Get the hell up! What? Almost all the way to the end, and it was like, okay, and that's not even that's a marginal difference between 60.60.
Yep, and I think I know why. Because they both have the exact same game plan. They look at you very honestly and say, I'm going to come at you in a variety of transports with MSU units who punch above their weight class. I have no tricks. I have nothing fancy. It's just raw numbers and hands.
Fisticuffs.
That's the game because the Templars run the Blade Champion and Asmodeus or whatever Space Marine name they chose for that guy. The Black Templars are going to come for me because I don't know his name. And then, Votan has, the...
Grimaldus,
yeah. Votan, they have their land forts, of course, whereas the Templars have the stupid tank that's like, if any Space Marine unit or Adeptus, whatever, is within 12, we reroll all our hits. And hey, we count for that's not the dumb part of the rule. The rule is dumb. But the dumb part is it itself counts as an allied unit within 12. And I'm like, what? What? This is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. But they are very honest armies. They tell you what they're gonna do. And the biggest tricks they have is Votan has bikes that can leave the board at the end of your turn. That's the extent of their tricks. But they're both just a little bit tougher. The Black Templars have invulns and they can hit you a little harder with +1 to wound if your toughness is equal or higher. And Votan has the whole, +1 to hit if you're on an objective, or -1 to wound them at mostly T6. I'll remind everyone if they're on an objective, depending on what protocol they, how many digging points they got. The bigger their sandcastle, the better their buffs get.
Yeah, no, true. They do play the same type of game. You're right.
And the numbers show it. The numbers says, hey, if you're an honest game, if you're an honest army that relies on transports and, combined arms with, I'd say Votan is slightly more favored shooting and Black Templars is slightly more melee, but the numbers say this is how this army does.
No, they're actually the complete opposites, and they still play the same.
Yeah.
They still have a similar play style.
So I just wanted to point out the two extremes of the two armies that are literally tied in every single number across the board. And then Sisters and World Eaters where Sisters is less than half and every number is higher. So this is, and then even with World Eaters though, just looking at one army by itself, looking at Tyranids, right? You can see they're 350 with 30, T-Whips, 10 undefeateds, and, I think that's eight event wins with a 46 and 45% real win rate.
Yep.
Which is hilarious when you realize their win rate goes down when they can't fight themselves. That's what that number says. When they don't have other Tyranids to beat up on, they actually get worse. But you can look at it and see, all right, we have slightly under. We're 5 points away from a tenth of our, player pool being undefeateds. We have 10, or for being in T-Whip positions, we have 10 of 300, 300, almost 360 getting to undefeated, and 8 of them actually won the event they were in. So what this says is 350 Tyranid players, and this is being generous because some of those wins at undefeateds could have come from the same player at different events over the past 2.5 months. But you see where there's a lot smaller percentage of the Tyranid pool who can really push the army to those top levels. And same with World Eaters, where they only have 7 wins instead of 8, but again, they have 510 players, which goes to your point saying, okay, the majority of this faction are people who have picked it up, beginners, people who aren't familiar with the mechanics, they just, whatever. Which is great. Yeah. Everyone likes seeing their faction get more popular.
No.
No. Faction popularity is literally what brought back Imperial Agents.
No.
If it wasn't for the community's love of that faction, Agents would not be a codex right now.
Let World Leaders continue to be amazing, and people don't have to play on my lawn.
So, if anyone has any, questions about this, if they see their faction and they're one, and some of this, if you go look at Emperor's Children, they have 275, 15, 6, 1, a 40, a lower 40 in the 40% win rate.
Yep.
That's not real. That army is way better than that. I will tell you right now, if you play an Emperor Children's player who knows how to play and maneuver that army, you'll feel like this is an unbeatable army because they have some insane rules, some great generalist units that can work on their own or in cohesion with other things. It's just, they're a bunch of Space Marines with no invulns, very few defensive mechanics, and are entirely execution-based.
Yep.
So that's why it's low, because, and this goes back to a point, you brought up earlier, where you have easy-to-run armies, like Space Marines. There's a ton of options, but Space Marines are very point-and-click as a faction. They have a ton of directions, a ton of, list types you can build. Do you want oath or not oath? Do you want double oath even? But at the end of the day, it's very largely...
It's also marketed like that, too. People are told by Games Workshop stores to buy into Space Marines and demo out Space Marines because it is the highest grossing product. So indirectly, they end up buying Space Marines more product.
Yeah, they get funneled to it.
Because it sells better.
Yep. So,
look at me talking Space Marines. I'm turning. I can feel myself.
Looking at these charts, don't let the numbers get you down or overhype you. Really get into it. Interpret what it's telling you. And again, this is competitive data. This is GTs and higher, GTs and super majors. So, this isn't RTTs because any army can win an RTT, even Agents. Last year at the 8-man team event, there was an Agents player who went 5-0. He just beat everybody with Agents and their team won the event. So like he was punching up.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's
every dog has its day, right?
Yeah, and like you said earlier, this is the kind of stuff that get really into, is the very technical side.
Yep.
Because like I like seeing, okay, what do I really have to worry about? Like I'm terrified of new Drukhari. I just don't think the Drukhari community has found its footing yet, like its place in the meta. Like the sauce hasn't been figured out, so to speak.
Figured out, yeah.
But just seeing some of the stuff they can do, the Cabal detachment and the Witch detachment are both just like insane.
Yes.
And that's to say nothing of the Harlequin detachment. They got it's still great.
Yeah.
Just hey, do you want to reroll one all the time anyway?
Yeah. They're even better now because you got the new book, and Harlequins are still really good for the certain units that are not overpriced.
Yep.
So yeah.
I mean, just give Solitaire reroll ones on its blitz turn. What could possibly go wrong?
Yeah.
But yeah, so this is good to show you, faction rep. Like Sisters used to be one of the most popular armies in the game, is still, like below the average team count. Like they're getting there.
Yeah.
But even being one of the
we don't have a lot either. Locally, a lot of people don't run them either. So
yeah, I think there was only at the last team event 3 Sisters players.
Yep. Tyranids, ironically, were most represented. 9 of them. 9 represented Tyranids.
Yep, Tyranids as our community is full of passionate people. Like there are people who buy Tyranids and they're in the Tyranid community who want nothing to do with the army. They're just hobbyists. Yeah. Like, I think this model looks cool. I want to paint it. So Tyranids do have an awesome draw.
The community, but they are the Orcs replacement. They are. They're the new hotness with particularly Subterranean, right? I mean, Vanguard is still really good in the Grey Hands, but because of Subterranean, the abilities, the tricks that you can play with that, it's really good to take it to team events.
Yep, and also just Invasion Fleet's still great. Invasion Fleet just still generically awesome. Well, good.
I don't know why people are still trying to do like Stampede.
So the thing about Crusher Stampede is now that the night meta is going away, Tyranids can kind of go back into that gap, because like I made a Crusher Stampede list that had like 13 monsters.
Yep, I agree.
Like all like 3 Execranes, 3 Maleceptors, 3 Screamer Killers, a Hive Tyrant, like 2 Terrain Effexes, a Biovore, and a couple of Lictors, like a unit of Hormigons. Like it was just a lot of stuff, and I'm like, what do you even do about, like, where do you even start? Like, unless you have 30 Fire Dragons, you're not getting through that. Not in a reasonable amount of time. I'm gonna get to play a game of 40K. God forbid I just keep drawing things like Recover Assets and Cleanse, and we're playing Scorched Earth. But hey, you know what? That's a problem for a different time.
Bada bing, bada boom. Hey,
exactly. And so this kind of shows that like, if you look at the factions overall, aside from Death Watch and Imperial Agents, like a lot of factions are hovering between like the two, mid 200s to like mid 300s. Special shout out to Grey Knight and Thousand Suns, who are they're the 2 psychic factions are just doing their own thing.
And hopefully in the new edition, they're gonna have some flavor to their actual psychic abilities. That's what I'm hoping for, man. We got to do a video on that too. Like, what do we expect?
Please bring back the psychic phase for Tyranids. Holy crap, we got hit so hard.
Yes, Grey Knights, Tyranids. Yep.
All of our sauce went away. Like, we still have psychic powers, but they're so limited and bad. It's funny
and lame. Yeah, they're so lame, dude.
I say that, but the current meta list, my current competitive list, I won't say meta, is nothing but models spamming their psychic powers. I played a game last week against a Grey Knight player, a buddy of ours, and he went to attack me, but I'm like, aha, I have my psychic power. I was on like 1 wound. So I'm like, if I roll a 1, I die. And I did. I rolled the 1, and I took D3 mortals because Tyranids, first Codex syndrome. And I killed myself before he could fight me. I didn't blow up.
I hurt you. Yeah.
I'm like, I'm going out on my own terms.
What do you have?
the hive mind can. Sorry, just a random lore drop that I think is super cool about Tyranids.
Oh, drop it! People love lore.
At any moment, the hive mind can detonate a genetic kill switch in any given organism. So you can be fighting a Tyranid, and literally for no reason, it'll just start dissolving in front of you.
Holy!
That is the most. Imagine you're fighting for your life. It's a Hormagon. It's like an angry fucking like rabid dog, and you're like barely keeping it off, and all of a sudden you're just covered in like
start dissolving. Yeah,
the worst goop ever. Also, now you're melting because it's acid. Because of course it is. It's 40k.
Of course it is. Because it's aliens. Yes.
Yeah. At any given time, the hive mind can just decide, nope, you've lost existence privileges, and just melt the bioform.
You have anything planned for 40k soon?
I do. I'm slowly, opening up my house to Sunday game days. Like I said, I invited you, who laughed at me about having free time. But yeah, no, I'm getting on getting games in on TTS. I am practicing. I have an event to go to, not this Saturday, but next Saturday down in Naples.
Nice.
Yep, I will be seeing you there.
Yes, you will.
With your Lord of Skulls and your 142 jackals.
No, that's this weekend for the doubles match with Elfie.
I could believe that would fit. They're like 85 points apiece. You probably could.
All in 1,000 points.
Yeah. Lord of Skulls, and then however many jackals you can jam in that.
I mean, 10 units, 65 points each, right? 10 man, that's 100 right there. 650.
You can only take 6, even at battle line.
I know that.
Judge, I need a red card, Judge. He told me his Lord of Skulls has loan up next to infantry.
But I'm still taking 10. That and Goremongers are too expensive. I can't take them. So yeah, I'm gonna enjoy myself. There's a nice charity event at Neverboard Games this Saturday. So for those of you, go check it out on BCP. Wonderful location.
I wish I was off and could go because it sounds like so much fun.
It's just just a little good time, right, for the weekend, just to wet my palate on some doubles. Matter of fact, it's motivated me, and surprise, surprise, we have a doubles event coming up for February, which aligns to what I've done in the past when people really liked enjoying doubles. Is that I do it around Valentine's because it's couples, right? So doubles, and we make it like a lover's quarry, man. Everybody hates each other.
oh my god! I so want to do that with I don't know. I gotta find someone in the community who doesn't like me and be my lover for this event.
Dude, I literally gave away acrylic red hearts as trophies the last time I did this.
You should have gave it away like wedding ring sets, like a wedding band and ring.
Two are playing with each other. Yes, here's your wedding band. Must wear it at all times.
Till death do they part.
Yep.
Could you imagine running a doubles tournament and then after the last round?
Yeah. That's actually the name of it. That's the name of the event, Till Death Do Us Part.
Well, you gotta have a secret, fourth round where the team that won now has to fight each other.
Exactly. Your
surprise incursion match, bitch. Play with your 1,000 points on this 4x4 board.
Or don't even do a fourth round. Make it in game and be like, now you have to fight your teammate
at the end of the battle. Secret round 6, kill him. Whoever has more points left wins.
Yep. There you go.
Oh, could you imagine in the middle of a 40k, you have to set it up build your army out of smaller kill team armies, and then as you're playing a game, you just zoom into a section of the battlefield, play an entire game of kill team instead of normal 40k rolls.
Yeah,
and zoom back out to the normal game of 40k.
Dude, that was actually comically. You say that, right? Me and my friend have been trying to figure out a way without fully committing, because we've been, whole-assing it, not half-assing it, whole-assing it, where we've been thinking about doing a campaign system that starts from Battlefleet Gothic and then goes all the way down to space. So Battlefleet Gothic, Space Hawk, then gets shipped to a planet. Then you're doing a big battle. Then you're doing Kill Team, and then it ends like a Necromunda, where you're just a secret society of a group or something.
No. I like that, but there's only one proper ending for an event like this.
An implosion?
Blood Bowl.
Oh, shit!
Yeah.
So we sit down to watch TV, and we get absorbed into the TV for Blood Bowl. I love it. I love it. So it's like, oh man, what was... those always used to be my favorite movies. I'm dating myself here, but it was that one movie where he got absorbed by the TV and he became part of the cable. He had a remote with him. He could shut people down, pause them and stuff. Funny. Anyways, like I said, I'm dating myself here.
So we've gone on enough, to get to talk to the people. This is their favorite part, Q&A sessions.
Yeah.
Just have, your guys' stories and, what factions have you maybe felt like a pull towards, or maybe like to sit down for a bit? Are you getting burnt out on? Like what factions are, sorry about that. Maybe you felt like, you wanted to play, but just didn't have the motivation to, because of, like we said, model fatigue, rules fatigue.
Yep.
Like I said, it happened with me, not in 10th edition, but in 9th, I left Tyranids for like 4 months. I just played Necrons because they just could not figure out how to balance Tyranids for a while there, between the original Crusher Stampede all the way to like the second pass of FAQs on our codex. Back when the highest toughest characteristic was still T8, warriors, just basic warriors on a charge with no other buffs for no reason, were like strength 11 on the datasheet. It was so stupid. They started at like strength 7 or 8, and you could just pile a bunch of buffs on just by picking an attachment and having a character, and it's like, what? It was so dumb.
You got 11th edition coming up, and then World Eaters are supposed to not be that good, so we shall see.
I'm excited for 11th edition to see like what faction's gonna get the spotlight. I have my Hail Mary hope of who I want it to be. I don't feel like it's gonna be, but
Eldari.
Nope.
Always. Nope. It's always elves. Always. No, but somebody will reign next. Yes.
Oh, I know exactly who it's gonna be.
Ooh.
Because here's the tinfoil hat insider knowledge. It's how Logan killed Gazgul?
Yes. Who?
The Great Wall. Logan
Grimdark. He did kill Gazgul. You're correct.
They killed each other, and that's how he got Primaris-fied.
Yeah, and that's how he got fucking Big Man-fied, yeah.
Yeah, which, ignoring that, just ignore that. What if it's time for the Great Wall, and the Great Wall triggers the Wolf Times? Now we have bad guy orcs, and, Space Wolves get Leman Russ back.
Then I'll play Space Wolves again. that would be my next edition's World Eaters.
With Fulgrim coming back, I unironically think that the next Primarch is going to be Leman, and I wholly believe it's Orc's turn to be the bad guy Xenos faction.
And that's our conspiracy theory for 40K today.
It's not it's gonna happen. Watch. It's not. Watch it be like some Bellicor Vashtor bullcrap.
Another chaos. Another one.
Chaos again that never went anywhere because Ultramarines got Primaris Victrix Guard.
Exactly.
They just didn't Primaris fight him the first time. No one's really sure why.
And they killed Girly Man this time, and then they end up calling it an extra Primaris or something. Oh my gosh.
The fact that there's a Votan character who soloed a Norn, oh my god.
Wow.
I played Wilton on TTS a few times. Decided they were awesome. Love Judge tokens. Ready to build. Codex came out and support. Oh, sorry to hear that, Plasma.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, there was definitely like a game shift from Index, Votan, to the Codex and how they worked. I will say, as an outside observer, I like the new Votan more than Judgment tokens because that felt very binding and binary, both as a play space and as a design space. So I'm glad they diversified the rule portfolio they had to work with. But I do get how going all in on it and then their entire not identity, but engine of gameplay changing is just like, oh yeah, this wasn't what I signed up for. So I do get that. Yeah, as for me, I am playing Tyranids right now. I got this event coming up, and then over the break, I'm actually going to start practicing on a new army, and I might be taking that to an RTT next year.
Woohoo!
I'm also still heavily experimenting with Tyranids. I think I found some new sauce. I've been here before. I've been wrong many times, but this is how you grow, folks. You do it until you get it right.
That's right.
I accidentally hit the sauce just kind of memeing, not last year, but the year before that at Crucible. Came in 13th somehow. No idea how. Just kept playing and kept winning until I didn't. But, so I'm still, heavy on the Tyranid train. I know my buddy Anime has been eyeing his sisters very thoroughly. And I'm also, as I said, I am, for now, on TTS only going to be practicing some Emperor's Children. But we'll see if that translates to real life. And as for Dirk, come back and watch this podcast, support. Enjoy your Iron Hive. They are some great minis, beautiful models, and Tyranids is a good army. Everyone should play Tyranids all the time.
All right. With that being said, man, you have any final words before we wrap this up, my beautiful peoples?
I do. I'm looking for games. Hit me up. I'm mainly free Sundays, but some nights I can get a game in on TTS or even meet up if you're local to the Pinellas area.
I was looking for games too, and a lot of our club showed up, but none of the others. So it started just being a onslaught on onslaught crime. I'm not gonna say any names.
Right. let it be onslaught on. Let us slowly get better in the shadows. We will accumulate power.
No, I'm just shooting
shots.
I'm just shooting shots at my beautiful people.
The money you guys donate doesn't go to a food fund. He's literally creating the butcher's nails. He just behind that setup, it's just like a mad scientist lab.
It is just getting ready. I can't wait for this Saturday. By the way, I can't wait for this Saturday and the GT.
Just imagine like a sexy fireman poster, but it's just world eaters. It's instead of water and bubbles, it's just blood and skulls.
That's it, with just helmets on.
Sleeveless Karn,
Oh my gosh. But yeah, my people.
I'm good. Some Plasma. Hit me up on the Discord. Let me know about that.
Yeah.
I'm looking into creating some more opportunities for people to. Are we both hitting it? Is that why it's not going away?
What's that? No. I'm jumping around. Operator error.
I'm looking for ways to create more opportunities to play, both just individual practice and for the community to participate in. Once some ideas are solidified, those will be made public. But there are things in the work to get more. I don't want to say community engagement. That sounds very brandy, but just opportunities for people to play. Because there isn't always, we have work, families, especially on the holidays, travel. So TTS is a great resource for those of you who have it and play it. If you're willing to learn and you just think, it's intimidating and a lot, I'll help you set it up. We can't get a game and set it up because it takes about an hour or two, but I'll get you set up and we can do a game later on. But yeah, I'm always down. This man, when he has time, is always down.
Which is now. So, but I don't now because I'm going to events now.
But yeah, my only thing is my same pitches every week. hit me up for games. I'm always down. If I can't, we'll work a timeout. I promise you, I will not pass up the opportunity if it's within my power to. Other than that, I'm good. This is great. I hope you guys, I don't know what that. I don't know what that is. I'm so sorry.
Did you just freeze?
No, I know a better, netter map. I don't know a map. I'm so sorry.
Probably some kind of maps on there or something for TTS.
Yep. You know what? He'll help me out. He's a bro. But
he's got you. They're great people. So thank you as always for participating. To him, a whole Plasma team, Plasma Misfires. Shout out to that entire club. Wonderful people. Shout out to all the clubs, everyone who participates and plays 40K locally in Florida, right? So only locally, only Floridians.
Yeah. The rest of you Jordanians and Albanians and Kentuckians.
Kentucky Fried Chickians. Listen, thank you. No, we appreciate you all, always, all across the globe, all of Terra, all right, all of Earth. Not Earth, Earth. With that being said, I'll miss you, brother. I'll see you in a couple weeks. So that'll be the nice time. And hit us up if you ever want to see anything on the show. Matter of fact, next show, we're bringing up a topic that someone brought up. So we're going to do exactly that. So stay tuned and locked in for that. I know. He was being facetious.
Yes. That was a little what's the word I'm looking for? A literature bomb for my fiance. She watches these. She's at choir practice right now. She has a concert this weekend. It has a solo. I'm so excited. I love her concerts. If you're new here, I gush about my fiance. Right. I'm not sorry. You should love your partner too.
This is for her.
Absolutely. She's going to hear that, and I'm going to get a message being like, "Can you please not?" She's going to be like, "Can you please not?"
This is for you. That's for you.
But no, I'm super excited. Thank you all for joining. Thank you all, for your excitement, your passion. Like, I love, even if you want to hit me up and just tell me about your faction, please. There's so many rules I don't know, so many interactions I'm unaware of, so much tech that I wouldn't even consider because I don't have access to it. You want to just blow up my inbox and brag about how cool this unit or this combination is? Please do. I'm not going to tell you no.
And if you don't know how to play the game, play against me and I'll teach you.
He won't. He'll table you on turn 2 and be like, "All right, so where'd you mess up?" And you're going to look at him like, "I don't know. I didn't get to play."
You existed. That's how you
He's the reason I'm as good as I am. So, I'm going to stop talking crap.
Love you, my peoples. Y'all have a wonderful week. Enjoy your time. Love you as well, Regal. You take care, my brother.
Yep. Everyone stay safe.
And Onslaught Gaming 40K, where victory is a strategy away. Stay tuned and locked in for the next show in 2 weeks. And see you then. Bye.
Keep an eye out for announcements.